Season 4, Episode 8 and 9, Tunguska and Terma. We'll be caught up.
We'll be caught up,
so hopefully we'll watch some more tonight, I'm sure.
Yes.
And then get all behind again. But here we go. All right. A big two-parter episode that starts in the, close to the end. Close to the, I don't know where, but we do that, backtracking storytelling. Leading up to the opening scene thing that I really don't like. Never been a fan of this style of storytelling. Yeah. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Not something I'm into. I don't know if we knew this or not, but it is said in here that Dana's middle name is Catherine.
I don't know if we've ever heard that before. I think it was first time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's been shown somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think it's the first time we've heard it.
Yeah. So Dana Catherine Scully.
Yep.
Yeah, I just love little pieces of info like that.
Me too.
What's Fox's middle name? Do we know?
Fox something more.
I feel like we did hear it.
I feel like we did hear it too, but I don't remember now.
Yeah. Well, let us know below.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she's doing the testimony in front of a, national committee type thing, and of course they're obfuscating and inveigling. Is inveigling
it is now.
It is.
To inveigle?
To inveigle?
Inveigling. Yeah, inveigling.
It's gotta be.
They're inveigling, because inveigle has to be a verb.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway. So, of course, they want answers. She's not giving them. That eventually ends up with her held in contempt, and she's put in jail.
Yes.
Where we finally get to see her beauty mark.
Yeah.
Unmakeuped up.
Yeah.
I don't know why she covers it.
It's
so
totally cute, but I don't know.
It's just something that she, yeah.
I don't know.
Because, the whole, people get their Monroe pierced.
Oh, yeah.
Because of Marilyn Monroe's beauty mark.
I feel like beauty marks went out of style for a bit, because I think now people draw beauty marks on and stuff.
But girls have forever.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe in the
they came in and
that's
out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
maybe in the 90s they just weren't in fashion as much.
Because, the beauty mark was, a big deal in the 90s when I was a kid growing up. People always used to, pencil them in.
Oh, I was just saying, maybe they weren't
even when they don't have them.
90s. So I don't know obviously. I don't know why
they would put them in.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, is that nowadays I see people doing that all the time. But I thought maybe in the 90s that wasn't the case. But you're saying you saw it.
Oh, yeah, I saw it in the 90s.
So I don't know. I don't know why she covers it up.
Yeah.
Maybe she just doesn't like it. But yeah, I think it's super cute.
It's not in a place that is typically known to be flattering, because it's on above her. It's on her lip, right below her nose. So it's here, not here, where a lot of people like it over here.
Yeah.
But here, I think she thinks it looks like a booger.
Maybe.
Or something. I bet you that's what it is.
That was cute. But we get to see it in this not covered up by makeup.
Because she's doesn't have makeup on.
Right. Yeah, she's yeah.
Oh, I can guarantee you, though, she's gorgeous without makeup. She's definitely one of those people who does not need a stitch of anything. Anyway, so we get this customs officer. Okay, so one piece of bullshit here for me is these are, very well-funded, black, not black, well, I guess they're black ops, but, these are the, men in black. They have, for instance, in the episode when Mulder is in the train car, the smoking man flies in with, soldiers on a helicopter. These guys have resources.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would a guy carrying these two precious resources of this black oil, why would he be transporting it in a commercial airline?
Totally.
No fucking way this is realistic. They would be flying him on a private jet into an off-site airport.
Because this is the guy that's stealing it from the Russians to give to the Americans, right?
whatever it is, it's for like the Men in Black. It's like the Smoking Man and them.
Yeah, so I agree with you, though.
They would have him flown in.
Even if
he would not have to go through customs.
Yeah, like even if he was trying to be undercover to get it, once he has it, just fly him out. Like, totally.
But maybe now you're saying it because he's in Russia.
Yeah.
And flying into Russia.
But he's flying into America when he gets stopped, right? Isn't he stopped?
Yeah, but he's flying in from Russia.
Yeah.
And them flying into Russian airspace.
Oh, yeah.
The Russians would be like,
sense.
absolutely
not. So he would
not.
have to fly out and then
commercially.
maybe from there. Yeah. But then he gets stopped. And he couldn't be more kind of he acts very suspicious, of course, but then
he tries to act like he has diplomatic immunity.
He does,
which is what they do give him. You know what? I've changed my opinion on this. Because it's Russia and because they gave him like diplomatic immunity, he's supposed to not be able to be like randomly body searched or whatever.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I've talked myself out of it. I think it's fine.
But then the guy that is doing the body search, because he's like huffing and puffing. The guy
does not.
The guy's like, "Don't open that! Like it's a bio weapon or something." He says like some.
Well, he starts to try to get out of the room when he's trying to open it. That's a red flag and a half. 100%. He would have stopped in that moment and called in like the bomb squad or whatever.
He still opens it and he's like, "What is this stuff?"
Yeah, he's just supposed to be a dipshit.
Bro. Yeah, it's funny though.
Yeah, you would think, but I don't. Is that possible? Sure. But I feel like a customs agent is trained well enough and deals with situations like this, has literally been trained for these types of scenarios where if you sense bomb, if you think it's a biohazard weapon, anthrax, any of that shit, you immediately call in like special resources to come and take care of this thing. And he is making it seem like this thing is a bomb, that it's, something.
He's definitely afraid of it. Yeah.
100%. So, like, there's no way this guy's playing with that thing.
That's a red flag alone.
But for the convenience of the episode, he drops it.
Yeah. And
it explodes. Now, don't you think they would put this in, like, a material that wouldn't break very easily? Because there's, like, glass.
I mean, then there's in like a steel metal canister.
Yeah, but why not keep it in a completely steel canister?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be glass? And if it is glass, shouldn't it be like bulletproof glass? Yeah. You would think they would not put it in something that if it gets shook around a little too much on a flight, that it's going to break.
It would break, yeah. I agree.
I mean, I'm being stupid.
It's funny, though.
It's just silly to me.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Mulder and Krycek have to team up because, I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit. So, Mulder and Scully are going into, like, a raid, and we get to see them in, like, tactical gear. Scully in tactical gear is, like, the most adorable shit I've ever seen in my life.
Her with the little helmet on.
So, that's where they find Krycek.
Yep.
And they bring him in. And, he's telling him about this and that, blah, blah, blah. So then Mulder has to use him because he goes to Laurie Holden's character for information. She's going to help him out. But it seems like a quid pro quo is what is insinuated here. Like, she wants sex in order, in trade for this information. And we focus on a watch. And then we cut to Krycek and Mulder walking out like a minute or two later. I think it's like 3 minutes later. So, and he doesn't get the information, so he clearly doesn't have sex with her. But like, unless Mulder only lasts like 10 seconds, it's very clear he did not do that. Which it's possible because of, Bambi and because of the vampire chick and everything. And Laurie Holden is a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this like the first indication that like either Mulder's like, I don't play that. Like I want consensual. I'm not about like trading my body for sex. Or is this like the first indication that maybe he has his heart in a different place?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, him hesitating. I think he maybe does feel a little bit like, I don't want to sleep with somebody for information.
I would have.
But I don't know. I like to also think that, like, yeah, maybe he's, feeling like, I don't want to do that because of Scully.
Maybe.
That's cute. So.
Yeah, so he has to take Krychek with him because Krychek speaks Mother Russian. And so they get on and fly on over to Russia. They find this slave labor camp where they think the meteorite hit. Yeah. They also I guess before that they find another guy trying to come through customs. Krychek helps them find this guy, and he runs off. I don't know why he drops the pouch, because by the time they come around the corner, he's like gone, but he left the pouch behind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know it's like to stop chasing him.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't put it in a place. It's like maybe he intended to come back for it, because it was like almost like an eagle eye spotting from freaking Psychic Mulder.
Yeah. Always
so
having them psychic.
It's possible
visions.
That he meant to ditch it and then come back for it, and then he's like, they found it, how? But they find it, they bring it back, the guy cuts into it, and then the oil comes out and gets into a suit, and then it turns into very Phantoms. Did I show you Phantoms?
Yes.
Yeah, with Ben Affleck. Where they're in their hazmat suits and they're just like inanimate.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Especially once, but I guess does it happen in this episode that Scully's like...
It doesn't matter. We're talking about both of them.
Well, yeah, when she's like, he's alive.
So that is a really silly thing to me. Like, just so everyone knows, like, you can't die standing up. Like, when you die, you fall. Unless there was something
where it was like, it instantly made him have, like, rigor mortis or something, and he's just, like, stood still and, like, balanced perfectly.
No, if you're standing up.
Yeah, but if you're, like, locked in, like, your legs are... Like rigor mortis, like your legs are locked, like you're standing.
Okay, so you're saying that the oil that got into him somehow enacts your rigor mortis instantly?
I'm saying it's possible that's what she would have thought, like maybe there's some condition that's making him like stay standing.
I think they should have mentioned it and be like, you can't die standing up.
Yeah. Maybe. Yes, maybe.
And your body goes limp when you die and you fall to the ground. You ever seen someone just like
yeah, because they don't go into rigor mortis. Their body goes limp then. But I understand if your body wasn't limp, like if you were just stock still with your legs outstretched, but you were standing straight up when you died, so your like body weight and everything, like your balance was already distributed properly.
But rigor takes like a long time to set in. I get what you're saying, but there's like,
but what if it's
why wouldn't she mention it?
I don't know.
Well, maybe he died standing up because this just seems like information that they would have announced. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because everyone's a doctor that's part of this, or a scientist. And if somebody would have been like, you can't die standing up. And she'd be like, what if? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when Mulder and her have those conversations where he's like, now hold on, Scully. What if?
Yeah. That's true.
Run with me here.
That's true.
But I just found it funny that they accepted that he supposedly, potentially, because she's like, I think he's alive. And they're like, he can't be. And it's like, of course he can be. He's standing.
Yeah.
So anyways, moving on from that. But when they go in there with him, it's creepy, for sure.
It is. It is.
And reminded me of that, for sure. Skinner, we get to see him shirtless in this. He looks like he's really been hitting his body. He's been hitting the gym. You think that he did funny. A couple extra bench presses before they shot this scene?
I don't know. Yeah, he's like very fit, and it's very funny because like he brings Mulder and Krychek in, and then he just like punches Krychek like right in the stomach, and it's just like, you can stay here, but I'm gonna torture you.
He handcuffs him out on the balcony. Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna freeze to death out here.
Think warm thoughts.
Think warm thoughts is a great line.
I love Skinner. He's like one of my favorites. I mean, Mulder and Scully obviously are like the main favorites, but I think Skinner's fantastic. Yeah, I've always liked him.
Krychek's able to freaking best a guy
he does that.
Hanging over the side of a balcony.
I don't understand how he hides the like.
The handcuff. You can see it.
Oh, can you?
When he's
I was looking and I thought I couldn't see it.
When he's scanning the balcony, you can clearly see the handcuff over the edge. But you wouldn't notice it. You wouldn't be looking for it.
I was looking for it, though, and I didn't see it.
Yeah. We were, and I saw it.
I didn't see it, but...
Maybe you weren't wearing your glasses.
No, I was.
It's clearly there.
Okay.
I shouldn't say clearly. Clearly it isn't.
Clearly there. I believe you that it's there. Maybe I was looking in the wrong spot.
It's right by it's by the post. So there's like the post that goes up.
Yeah.
Like horizontally, and then vertically, he's got it pressed up against the horizontal post.
Okay. Yeah.
So it kind of looks like it almost blends in with it, but I was looking forward to it. It's like a literal 1 second shot, 2 second shot, but I knew about where he would be, and if it was in the middle, I think it'd be much more noticeable. That's why he slides it all the way over, so it's not noticeable. But how he's able to get the leverage like that to pull that guy over, that guy has all of the advantage in every way.
Yeah.
And Krychek, he's a resourceful son of a bitch. You would think that if I was to tell you that he lost his arm in this 2-part episode, you would 100% think it would be from that scene.
Sure.
But nope.
No, instead he gets it like sawed off by these... Russian natives that are like...
So they're like people who they have purposely cut off their own arms. They all have no arm as well. And they cut off his arm to like save him from being able to be tested on because of his vaccination shot in his arm from the smallpox vaccine. I don't really understand.
What is the point? But like, is it?
It's in throughout your body, though.
I know. I was like, if they
vaccines don't just sit in your arm.
If they see a bunch of people that don't have, like, if they're trying to hide that they were vaccinated, but then you see a bunch of people that have their arms cut off.
But everyone who's over a certain age has been vaccinated from smallpox.
For the most part, unless they weren't.
But you just cut off your arm, and you're like, no way to figure it out. Right. Like, can I take... I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand this. I don't understand why cutting off your arm makes you not testable.
I thought with vaccines, like, isn't the whole thing is that they basically inoculate you with a portion of the virus so that your body can, like, knows how to
fight it off. Correct, yeah.
So it would just live inside you forever?
I mean, that's some vaccines.
Maybe that's not all
And then there's,
vaccines.
like...
I don't understand.
Then there's like new vaccines that they've been doing lately. This is my very, 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 very dumb like understanding of them, but they're actually like rewriting your like genetic code as well with like the mRNA and NA vaccines and whatever. Anyways, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Don't listen to us. I just don't understand why him cutting off his arm would make him not test subjectable.
I agree. I don't understand that either. Mulder and the excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much all of a sudden.
But maybe there is something in the vaccine injection site.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like maybe that is where you would test it. Because that's like the...
But we see Mulder being tested on in this, which is a really freaky scene because he's being like... He's like cocooned in like chicken wire.
It's weird, and his like nose and stuff.
It kind of reminds me of the scene in Fire in the Sky when they put the almost like skin over him, and he's like,
yeah, it's very claustrophobic feeling.
Terrible,
awful. And then he just starts hearing like other people like their muffled screams as like the liquid's going down on him.
Does Mulder still have the oil in him?
I don't understand, yeah.
Like, did they pull it out of him? Like, because Krychek vomits it up onto the spacecraft, and then I guess these terrorists that are looking for something are the ones that break him out, and then he starts working with them, and that's how they, like, raid that compound and find him. But, like, I don't understand, like, I guess they got it out, so Mulder's not, because I don't think the next episode has anything to do with this, and we don't see it come out of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I am also confused by that, unless they were testing... I mean, but it is the black oil, because we see it moving
100%.
and stuff. I was going to say, unless they're like, unless that's supposed to be, like, the vaccine.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case, because... Anyway, yeah. Yeah, Mulder escaping the prison is pretty funny. How easy
it's like
it
the
is.
easiest escape of all time. What's funny about it to me is that he starts from the very back of the line and runs for like 10 full seconds, and it's like, does anybody have a gun around here?
Well, even when they're chasing him in the car, they're not shooting guns. Nobody shoots a gun at him, I don't think. Unless I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure they shoot guns, but regardless, I don't understand why. Like, that's one of the worst, like, security details I've ever seen in a prison in a movie in my entire life. He's able to run from the back. If he would have waited till he got all the way up front,
and then sprinted,
then to pull the knife and, like, grab him, and that would have made more sense to me.
He couldn't have done that because I think the truck was going to leave.
That's fine, but that's writing.
Yes.
You can change that because you are creating it.
It is really funny though, watching him like run up and then stab the guy and then like push Krychek onto the, like he knocks him out and pushes him into the truck bed and then he gets into the truck before anything, like, and those are the guards that are just like watching.
One of my favorite things about film and TV in general when it comes to like fictional writing is convenience when it comes to like knockouts. So like this happens in so many movies. So a character, like two characters, when it's convenient for the plot for them to have a big long drag out fight, they can sit there and punch each other for an hour straight.
Yeah.
They can just go to town on each other, get on top of each other, keep punching each other as hard as they can in the face, like 15 punches in a row.
Yeah.
And they're like spitting up blood and talking to them and being like, fuck you and all this stuff. But then when it's really convenient to the plot and they need to knock him out in one punch.
It's always the one punch.
It's just boom, and the guy's like completely out cold. But it's like Mulder and him have fought before, throwing tons of punches at each other, not knocked each other out.
Yeah.
But in this moment, it's always like they're out cold.
He can knock him out really fast.
It's always the stupidest fucking thing in movies to me. It's like, why can you knock him out so easy in this scene, but other times you fight, you can hit him 500 times and he never goes down?
Yeah, I think that's really funny.
It is like the most convenient of conveniences in writing of anything in film to me. I find it so funny every time it happens. Now, when it's like the butt end of a gun, or something, then I'm like, okay, you would probably get knocked out by that.
Or like just something being hit on
like
your
a baseball bat over the head or
like
something.
When people break bottles on your head or whatever.
But a punch, it doesn't make any sense, dude. It just doesn't. Not when you show them fighting in other scenes and they're already hitting them as hard as they can, and it does not knock them out. So I think what they're always going for, though, is that it's a sucker punch because they don't see it coming, and when you don't see it coming, supposedly that'll knock you out because you're not ready for it.
That would make sense, I guess.
Horse shit. No. I mean, no. Absolutely not. Anyway. Also, let's see. So, Krychek jumps off. The brakes are cut for some reason. I don't understand why the brakes are cut. Maybe they got shot? The brakes don't work. So, Mulder crashes into a tree. He was able to hide himself underneath leaves. If he didn't do that, he probably wouldn't have an arm anymore. And, but he's found by someone who owned the car that he crashed, and then they just have connections to get him back to the States. Very convenient. Scully is in front of the committee again, and they're like, well, until Mulder shows up, and then Mulder walks through the door like, what's up, bitches? Hero style. And then we have this whole other character, this hired Russian assassin who's like 80 years old, and he like comes out of retirement. They're like, the Cold War is not over. You gotta stop these people who are making the vaccine, the inoculation for the black oil or the black cancer. And so they pull him out of retirement. We end up finding out it's Krychek that hires him to do it, but he goes into the States and he eliminates the people who have had the oil experiments, the old people in the convalescent home. He also has this really cool scene where when they walk in on all the dead bodies, all the old people, he's one of the dead bodies posing as them.
Yeah.
And then they like leave the room and then he like gets up. I thought that was clever and like because he's an old guy, he got to hide amongst the dead old people.
Right. Blend in.
So, you know, he's trying to not only do that, but he wants to dispose of the last bit of like evidence. So he goes to such ridiculous lengths where he like takes this out, like this device out with like a bomb in it and puts it in like an oil well. And
I know.
Mulder and Scully have to like fly out in a helicopter. This scene is overly dramatic.
It's so dramatic. And then Mulder's like looking down trying to get this thing out of there and it just explodes and the oil's all over him and then it like is on fire.
Yeah.
And Scully is at the warehouse or whatever and runs into this guy who's like, don't make me kill you.
Yeah.
And he doesn't kill her.
No, he doesn't want to kill.
She
He's
doesn't
like
fight
retirement.
back. She's just like, all right. And then she, sees the explosion, so she goes after Mulder.
This isn't a guy that has any interest in killing anymore.
No.
He's done with this. He was hired to do something very specifically, and now he's done, and he's going home, and he's like, please don't make me kill you. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And Scully does not push him on this at all.
She does not.
She knows
she
this guy is
him back away.
gonna kill her if she tried to run after him.
Yeah.
So very smart on her behalf to just leave it be, run, get Mulder, and be done with it. And then as I said, but when the oil field was on fire, I was yelling at Kaylee, "I've abandoned my boy!"
Yeah.
Anytime I see oil
Definitely
fields.
felt like that.
I gotta think of There Will Be Blood.
Drink your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake. Drainage! So yeah. Also, I don't know, man. This is a big moment, actually. Scully goes before the committee.
Yeah.
And she announces to them that her findings are that this is extraterrestrial in origin.
Yep.
She straight up admits it in front of a grand jury committee of her peers.
Yep.
So, is this Scully finally admitting that the extraterrestrial findings are legit?
I like
sure as hell feels like it. So is in a future episode she can be like, Mulder, extraterrestrial stuff is bullshit.
I really like this scene though because Scully's presenting her findings and they're like, no, like that's not what we're here for, blah blah blah. And then Mulder like just stands up and is like giving a speech.
Yeah,
he's just like, why is it so hard to believe? Yeah. Like, and I love it because that is so like the quintessential like Mulder moment of like he just is so passionate. And I love it. I love seeing him go up against the government and, trying to prove, trying to make a difference. And, of course, Scully helping, too. But, yeah.
That's his thing.
It's his thing.
Going up against the government is his thing. That's that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we got to go.
We do.
And hopefully they haven't texted us and told us they're on the way. Otherwise, we're screwed. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one, which we have not yet watched. So
we're probably watching it tonight.
Yeah, probably. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.